In this video, we're talking about a crime in Arizona called forgery. There's specific language that we need to review. In another video, we talked about the definition of some of these underlined words. What is a written instrument? What is considered a forged instrument? So you may want to watch that video first before diving in here. But once we have an understanding of what those things mean, this is the portion of the law that criminalizes further conduct. So forgery in Arizona, it's defined by 13-2002. And there's three different ways that a person can be charged with and convicted of forgery. Let's review what they are. First and foremost, we need to have intent to defraud. So for any of these three sub items here, you have to do this type of conduct with the intent to defraud. So if there's no intent to defraud, doing any of these things is not going to be enough. There needs to be intent to defraud. That's the first main element of any one of these three other subcategories here. So if there is intent to defraud, the first way a person can be charged with forgery is if they falsely make, complete, or alter a written instrument. In the other video, I explained what a written instrument is, but basically it can cover a huge range of things. Anything that involves handwriting, printing, things like badges, security cards, there's a number of different items, but anything that's altering or completing, or you're making an ID or something like that, and you're doing it with the intent to defraud, that's one way. The other way is if a person knowingly possesses, so we're not talking about making or any of those things, just simply being in possession of a forged instrument is enough to be charged with forgery. As long as you are in possession of that and you know it, that it's not an accurate document, that it's a forged device, and you have the intent to use it to defraud, that's enough. And finally, the third way is if you are offering or you're presenting and you make this presentation, it's regardless of whether it's actually accepted, just simply presenting a forged instrument or one that contains false information. So in the other video, as I had talked about, we describe what a forged instrument is, but if you offer or you present that forged instrument and it's not accepted, but you did it with the intent to defraud, that's still enough to be charged with forgery. They don't actually have to be defrauded or accept the forged document. If you just present it to them, that's enough. So the penalties are pretty severe in Arizona, as we know. We've got civil tickets, which are very minor. You have misdemeanor offenses, then you have felonies. All of these are different felonies, okay? So for all of these, they're class 4 felonies. So we've got in Arizona a class 1 and a class 6. There's a scale in between the two of them. So class 1s are going to be the most serious. Those are for basically murder, and that's about it. Then you've got class 6, which is the lowest level. So this is a class 4. So it's right kind of there in the meat of the middle of the scale there of the spectrum. So it's quite serious. If any of this stuff is being used to basically what they call it, the law calls it a Drophouse. So if you're using a falsified deeds or forged documents to secure access to a property, that's going to be considered a Drophouse, which is going to be used for smuggling and those types of activities. That's going to bump it up from a class 4 into a class 3. So the lower the number, the more serious the offense. So it can be either a class 4, in most cases it's a class 4, in some cases it's a class 3. So it is quite serious. If you've been charged with this device, you may want to give us a call. We offer free case evaluations. We're happy to sit down with you and speak with you about the facts of your case. One more quick note before we jump off. Proving intent in these types of cases can be a little bit difficult. So the law wrote in specifically that if you have 5 or more instruments, 5 or more false IDs, 5 or more falsified documents, whatever you have in your possession, if you've got 5 or more, then the law says that they can presume that you have intent. So they don't need to prove that anymore. So having a high number of documents can presume that you have those documents with the intent to defraud if you're doing one of these other things. Again, serious charges. Our law firm, we do criminal defense law. We are happy to sit down with you, speak with you about the facts of your case, see if we can build any defenses around this particular statute. Don't forget to watch the definitions statute video as well. That describes what these items mean. It describes what a forged instrument is. It describes what a written instrument is. And there are some defenses that can be built around those as well. So give us a call, free case evaluations. Come on into our office. We'll sit down with you. We look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks for watching.